Hi ladies, time for a new do as always, because you guys know I get bored with my hairstyles. So basically I've done some micro braids out of X-pressions, 100% Kanaka hair. I saw a video on YouTube by Miss Silent Chick, and she had used this hair and it came out gorgeous, as well as a couple other people, so I decided to try. I have a number 2 and a burgundy at the top. This is what the packet looks like. It was $4.99 from my local beauty supply store. I brought 2 packs, 1 pack in the 2 and 1 pack in the burgundy. Although I used a full pack of number 2, and then I used like maybe not even a fourth. Not even 1/4 of the pack of burgundy, just enough to do the cap of the burgundy up top. It took me about 8 hours to do on myself, because I kept stopping and I cooked dinner and, I just did it at my own pace because I knew I didn't have anything to do. I started it yesterday evening and I finished it up this morning. I'm sorry. I just braided it into 8 sections after I got done, and then I put a rubber band at the end so it wouldn't unravel, and I dipped it in hot water. Once I got it out of the hot water, I did add some mousse onto it to kind of help the waves set a little bit better. And I'm just unraveling. When I dipped it in hot water, I just held it for like maybe 5 seconds and then pulled it out. I want to go for kind of like a loose wave, not a really tight wave, so that's why I did my braids a little bit bigger. It's kind of trial and error. If you do the plaits too small, then the wave's too tight and it won't look right, so you got to do them a little bit bigger. That's why I just chose to do 8, 2 in the back. 4 in the back and 4 up front. That's how I just broke it down. When I did it, when I got the X-pressions hair, it was really, really long. And when I held it up to my head, it came down to about my ankles. So I did split the pack into 4 sections. I cut it in half, and then I folded that in half and cut it in half again. And it came out, this length, which I did trim it some, so it was a little bit longer. And when I did the braids, I stretched the hair a little bit so that the ends weren't so blunt. I didn't stretch the whole pack at once. I just stretched it, individually, braid by braid, as I was putting it in. But this was a really, really cheap hairstyle. All in all, it cost me 2 packs at $4.99, and then I already had mousse. You have water and a pot to boil it in. I used my kettle though, so around $10 for this hairdo. Normally I would use a cross blend or either 100% human hair for my micros. I had never thought to do micros out of 100% Kanaka hair until I saw the video, and I think I was looking at hair videos and hers just stumbled into my little mini feed box, and I watched it and I was like, okay. So then I started looking at more videos with 100% Kanaka hair for micros, and everybody's came out really, really cute. You don't have to use the X-pressions brand. You can use I've seen a couple people who just use your traditional 99-cent, 100% Kanaka hair, and it came out gorgeous on YouTube as well. But I chose to use X-pressions because she had this beautiful burgundy color in, and when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. And in my local beauty supply store, all the other brands, they didn't just have the burgundy by itself. They had it mixed with like a 1B or a 1 or a 4. But I wanted, just a strictly burgundy up front, like she had in her video. So that's why I chose to get X-pressions, because it was the only, only brand that had just burgundy by itself. Now, next time I do this style, I will more than likely just buy my 99-cent Canacolon hair in, you know, the color 1 or 2, because I have a ton of the Expressions burgundy hair left, so I won't have to buy that anymore. And that'll make the style even cheaper, because with your 99-cent braiding hair, it'll probably only cost you, you know, $2 or $3. You'll probably have to get 3 packs because they're not as long as the Expressions hair, so you can't split it as many times. But this is the finished product, ladies. So you guys can see around my edges. And the color, once again, is a number 2 and a burgundy. And I am loving it. Let me turn around so you can see the back. So this is the back view of it. It's very loose and flowy. It's very light. It's not heavy at all. Now, I decided to go with micro braids instead of my box braids, because the box braids, I love it. It's a great go-to style. It's carefree and easy, but sometimes it can be heavy. So if you don't like a lot of heavy hair on your head, I would definitely recommend micros. Still very carefree, you know, it's an easy go-to style. When I did my braids, I did braid down quite a bit. I didn't braid all the way down past my natural hair on most of the braids, because my natural hair is really long. My natural hair comes down to like right here. So, you know, mostly a lot of the braid, it comes down about right here. So, but you can't see, you know, my natural hair. It blended very well in, because, you know, I had such a small portion of my natural hair each braid. So if you have really long natural hair, you don't have to worry about it. Just do your braids. Once you do the braids, you may see it, you know, like puffing out a little bit. But I promise you, once you braid it up and dip it in the water, you won't see your natural hair anymore. It just blends flawless. Because that's what I was kind of worried about too. When I did the burgundy part, I was like, oh my gosh, my natural hair is like number 2. You could see it, and I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. But as you guys can see, it blended very, very well. And you can see my natural hair in with the burgundy a little bit. But it's not, you know, sticking out very noticeable as I thought it would be. So, I'm very, very, very happy with the look. Thank you, Silent Chick, for the inspiration. And hope I can inspire somebody else. Toodles.